If you're an intermediate Spanish learner, then today we're going to get you out of an awful lot of potential trouble with your Spanish, because today we're going to look at what, Marina? The dreaded...
false friends, falsos amigos.
Yes, those words which mean one thing in English and something completely different in Spanish, or vice versa. And we're going to start with possibly the most classic false friends story that we know. So our listener, Courtney, wrote to us some time ago saying that she'd had an incredibly embarrassing experience with a host family in Salamanca. We'll read you her Spanish message just as it came in a minute. But basically, she sat down for breakfast. She put some delicious strawberry jam on a piece of toast there in Salamanca with her new host family, and she wanted to tell them how delicious this jam was. So instead of saying mermelada, which kind of can mean jam or marmalade, she was thinking in terms of, oh, this lovely fruit-packed preserve. And instead of mermelada, she said...
preservativo.
Yes, which in Spanish means condoms. So the exact thing she said, Marina, was, here's what she wrote to us. Hang on 1 minute.
Nunca lo olvidaré. Yo desayunaba con mi nueva familia española. El primer día que yo llegué a su apartamento en Salamanca. Comía un pan dulce con una mermelada bien sabrosa. Les dije, ¡ay, qué rico! Me encantan estos preservativos.
Yeah, so she basically said, ¡ay, qué rico! How delicious! I love these condoms. Basically, what a delicious condom on toast I'm having right now. So no, it wasn't a preserve, not a preservativo. As she said, it would have been mermelada in Spanish. So,
mermelada, both jam and preserve would be translated as mermelada.
Mermelada, okay. So hopefully you're never going to get that one wrong. Okay, right. Before we get into some more classic false friends that you need to know, a quick message. Don't forget to make sure you've got our super report, the 15 Spanish slang phrases that every intermediate learner needs to know, plus the 8 secrets to lasting, wonderful, authentic Spanish fluency, the same ones I use to get really good at Spanish. Okay, let's dive into to the false friends. Oh yeah, and there's a link underneath for that report, so you can get it down there. Right. We've had preservativos, they're condoms, nothing to do with jam. We've got that clear. Another classic is when you're feeling a little bit embarrassed because you just made a mistake like Courtney. Because imagine if she'd followed up with her condom mistake and she'd said, I'm a bit embarrassed. Imagine she said,
Estoy embarazada.
Yeah, I'm pregnant. That would have been even better, wouldn't it? So, yeah, to be embarrassed in Spanish is not estoy embarazada, no, or which means I'm pregnant, right? So how would you say I'm embarrassed? I'm feeling a bit embarrassed. What could Courtney have said right then?
Tengo mucha vergüenza o tengo vergüenza.
Tengo vergüenza, yeah, vergüenza.
O estoy pasando mucha vergüenza.
Yeah, estoy pasando mucha vergüenza, tengo vergüenza. What a lovely word vergüenza is. It sounds very nice. No, sounds very nice.
La de la vergüenza.
Yeah. Okay, quick side note there. Marina said la de la vergüenza. Okay. When you sit down for a meal with Spanish people and you order a ración de jamón or de croquetas, a big plate of croquetas, right? Maybe there's 12 on the plate, everyone has one, and there's one left at the end. No Spanish person will touch that croqueta because they call it...
La de la vergüenza.
Yes, the embarrassing one, the one that everyone's too embarrassed to take. So eventually everyone cajoles somebody into having it. So, you know, you have to wait until you're told, cómela tú, come. Sí. Okay, so we've got estoy embarazada, to be pregnant, tengo vergüenza, I'm embarrassed. The next one, Marina, do you think I'm a sensible sort of a guy?
Sensible,
let
me think about this one.
It's confusing, but, you know, I make the right kind of decisions in life. I don't do...
Sensato, ¿quieres decir?
I don't do crazy things.
Bueno, algunas.
Okay.
Algunas veces muy sensato, otras demasiado.
Yeah, okay.
Otras veces...
But hang on a minute, Marina's using this word sensato. I said, I'm sensible, I make good decisions, you know, I'm an upright kind of a guy, and she says, sensato. Okay, so...
Sensible is not sensible.
No.
Es sensato.
Yeah. So, for example, we might say it's more sensible to go on holiday this year, to drive to the coast on Saturday than on Friday because there'll be too much traffic on Friday. So you might say, es más sensato.
Es más sensato salir el sábado porque va a haber menos tráfico.
Yeah. So, sensato is sensible. But what if I want to say, I'm a sensitive kind of guy, you know, I cry in films, that sort of things. How would you say that, Marina?
Soy un chico sensible. Soy un hombre sensible.
Yeah, so here we do have a word that's written the same as sensible in English, sensible,
Exactly the same.
but it means sensitive. No? So, sensible in English would be sensato in Spanish. Sensible in Spanish is sensitive. A sensitive kind of guy. Soy muy sensible. That's a pretty confusing one. Yeah. So remember that, because you get it wrong, it sounds ridiculous. Okay. Right now, Marina and I are standing on an IKEA carpet. Okay,
Yeah.
we don't mind telling the world we have IKEA carpets.
Quite
in our
nice
house.
IKEA
It's pretty
carpet.
good. Yeah, if we could, you know,
Wool.
sort of
It's a wool.
tan woolen thing. Okay, but if I say, "Uy, me encanta esta carpeta," then I'd be talking about my folder.
Yes,
you know, the kind of-
carpeta is folder.
yeah.
But
So if I want,
carpet is
what?
alfombra. A rack.
Alfombra, which, by the way, is one of those many Spanish words derived from the Arabic from during the sort of Moorish period in Spain. Anything which starts with al comes originally from the Arabic. Okay, so carpet, alfombra, carpeta is
Folder.
folder.
A folder.
Okay, muy bien. What are you laughing at? My erudite addition there to today's video. Marina's like, that's not in the script. But you know, Marina, added value all the way.
I see. You are...
Come on. Okay, you want to go to the library because, you know...
See, I work from the library sometimes.
We work from the library sometimes. Our kids read so much, we have to go to the library, or we'd spend all our money on Amazon. So we go to the library to get books out like the old days. But if I want to go to the library, I say, Marina, I'm just off. Voy a la librería. No. The librería.
La librería en español significa dos cosas distintas que en inglés. Una es bookshop,
Yeah.
una tienda de libros, y dos is a bookcase, una estantería.
Yeah. Okay. Most common would be bookshop, right? Voy a la librería, I'm going to the bookshop. So, okay, so if I want to go to the library, where am I going?
You are going to the biblioteca.
The biblioteca. Yeah, okay, so we've got librería is bookshop, biblioteca is library. Okay, easy to confuse. Right, a quick one we'll throw in here. If you've got no clothes on, are you nudo?
No.
No? You might
Se me ha hecho un nudo el collar, que es verdad, esta mañana.
Yeah.
Se me ha hecho un nudo.
Marina's necklace got in a knot this morning, yeah. So,
Un nudo
is a knot.
is a knot, pero...
As in tie a knot, yes. So if you're naked, what are you?
Desnudo. No, but you are not using naked, it's nude.
Nude or naked is the same.
Yeah, but
Why not?
for the confusion, for the false friend, you need the real one.
Nude.
Nude and nudo. It's not nude, it's not nudo. Nudo is not, y nude es desnudo.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Nudo is a knot. If you want to use the word nude as in no clothes on, you would say desnudo. Okay? Muy bien. Right. Something Spanish people never do. Never. Marina did it the other day. I nearly fell off my chair. Literally, I nearly fell off my chair. I nearly choked on my food. She uttered an apology. Spanish people don't apologize very much.
That's not true.
Okay.
We don't throw perdón every time. Perdón.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm British. I come from an apologetic culture, but Spanish, you know, they're more just like, let's get on with things. You know, none of this apology rubbish. So, okay. How do you say apology in Spanish?
Pedir disculpas.
Yeah. Or una disculpa.
Una disculpa.
¿No? An apology would be una disculpa.
To apologize es pedir disculpas. An apology will be una disculpa.
Yeah, so te quiero pedir una disculpa. No?
Me caigo de la casilla.
No, I'm the one that falls off the chair when Marina says that. Okay. So, apology, disculpa. There is a word in Spanish, apología, no? Say it. Apología, but that's more in the sort of intellectual sense of a defense of a doctrine or something like that. Okay, I think we use it similarly in English. You know,
apology.
Sort of, there's an intellectual way in English of using apology like that, which I can't say in an erudite way. Right now, I've done my erudition for the day with the alfombra and the Arabic and all that. So, apology is disculpa. Okay, if you hear it from a Spanish person, fall off your chair, just to make a point. We've got two more. Okay, a very useful one, and then a classic that you probably know, but we need to make sure because it's almost as bad as estoy embarazada if you get it wrong. Okay, so a commitment in Spanish, right? If you say, Marina...
Empezamos por el otro lado.
¿Ya? Okay.
Por el false friend, vamos a empezar bien, ven.
Venga, tengo un compromiso el viernes.
Sí. I have a commitment on Friday.
Yeah.
I've already arranged a date or some kind of event with someone.
So compromiso in Spanish has got nothing to do with how we use compromise in English. You know, let's come to a compromise. You give a bit, I give a bit. Nada que ver. It's got nothing to do with it. So un compromiso is a commitment. Whereas, how would you say then?
A compromise in English.
Let's come to a compromise.
Would be llegar a un acuerdo.
Vamos a llegar a un acuerdo. Okay, got that? It's a tricky one, eh?
I think this one and the sensitive are the most difficult ones.
They're likely to trip you up, because it's so different as well. Like a compromise in English is just a word that we know so deeply, you know, when you come to a compromise, usually because it's painful, because you don't want to. And then the Spanish go and use it in a completely different way. Madness.
Well,
okay.
It's good to have a commitment as well.
Yeah, so...
I have a commitment to my friends this Saturday.
Tengo un compromiso con mis amigos este sábado. Okay, but yeah, to come to a compromise, as in the English sense, llegar a un acuerdo. Okay, un acuerdo, an agreement. Right. Finally, Marina, no quiero salir hoy, hace frío y estoy un poco constipado. Yeah, sounds awful in English. I don't want to go out today because I'm a bit constipated, but that's not the case. Estoy constipado means I've got a cold. Yes.
Estoy resfriado, podemos decir también.
But if you are constipated because you haven't eaten enough plums recently, for example.
Fino eres.
Well, I don't know. This might be the last video people ever watch between condoms and plums. I don't know, right? And constipation and pregnancies. My God. Okay, so if you're constipated in the digestive sense, you are?
Estreñido.
Estreñido. Yeah, with a nice ñ near the end. Estreñido. We've done it. Don't make any of these false friend mistakes. And when you get them right, you're just going to be sounding so much better at Spanish forever. Okay. Make sure you've got, via the link underneath, our 15 wonderful slang Spanish phrases every intermediate learner needs to know, plus the 8 top tips for wonderful, authentic, lasting fluency. Make sure you're doing our courses if you want to get really good at real Spanish, the kind of Spanish people are actually using in day-to-day life. This isn't the sort of app stuff you can learn elsewhere. You need these courses. And finally, if you'd like more videos from us, then there's one up there right now that you can watch to carry on learning some wonderful, enjoyable Spanish. ¿Algo más?
Nada más por hoy.
Venga.
Nos vemos.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.